Welcome to the Otherworld Watch channel, where darkness thrives and the pages of haunted literature crackle to life. Tonight, we journey beyond the veil into tales born of terror and twisted imagination. Prepare yourself for stories that linger long after the last word. Today, we explore The Monk, a terrifying Gothic novel that plunges us into a world of temptation, sin, and supernatural horror. Before we dive into this chilling tale, let's talk about the man behind it. Matthew Gregory Lewis was just 19 years old when he wrote The Monk, a novel so shocking that it scandalized England upon its release in 1796. His work, filled with themes of temptation, corruption, and the supernatural, earned him the nickname Monk Lewis. Unlike other Gothic novels of his time, The Monk pushed boundaries, blending horror, violence, and the occult in ways never seen before. Now, over 2 centuries later, it remains one of the darkest and most controversial works in Gothic literature. Father Ambrosio is a man admired by all. Born an orphan and raised in the monastery, he is known for his unwavering devotion and strict moral code. The people of Madrid call him a saint, believing he is above all sin. But what he does not know is that pride is the first step toward damnation. Among his followers is a young novice named Rosario, who serves him with unnatural devotion. But Rosario holds a secret that will unravel Ambrosio's world. One night, Rosario reveals his true identity. He is, in fact, a woman named Matilda, who has infiltrated the monastery out of love for the holy man. Her beauty and words awaken something forbidden in Ambrosio's heart. At first, Ambrosio resists. He prays, he fasts, he seeks refuge in his faith. But Matilda is persistent. She's unlike any woman he has ever known, intelligent, seductive, and strangely powerful. Slowly, his resolve begins to crumble. Ambrosio falls. The man once hailed as a saint has taken his first step into sin. But what he does not realize is that Matilda is no ordinary woman. She is a temptress with knowledge beyond the realm of man, and she will lead him further into darkness. As Ambrosio's desires grow, Matilda introduces him to something even more dangerous: magic. She performs rituals, speaks of forbidden powers, and convinces him that he can have anything he desires. And there is something he desires above all else: Antonia, a young girl of pure heart and innocent beauty. Antonia is everything Ambrosio has lost: innocence, virtue, purity. But instead of being drawn to her goodness, he is consumed by a twisted longing. He no longer prays for salvation, he prays for possession. To claim Antonia, Ambrosio turns to Matilda's dark arts. She gives him a potion, one that will render the girl helpless. He enters her home, and in the dead of night, he commits the unthinkable. His crime is complete, but his descent has only begun. The moment he has longed for turns to ash in his hands. Antonia, innocent and pure, has died at his hands. The horror of his actions comes crashing down upon him, but it is too late for regret. Justice comes swiftly, and Ambrosio is seized by the Inquisition. Alone in his cell, Ambrosio prays, not for forgiveness but for escape, and then, in the darkness, a voice answers. The devil himself stands before Ambrosio, not as a monster, but as a master of temptation, the architect of every step that led him here. He does not gloat, nor does he rage. He simply smiles because he knows that Ambrosio has already lost. There is only one choice left to make. The holy man who once believed himself invincible is now a condemned soul pleading for mercy. The devil offers him freedom, but freedom, like all things, has a price. In his desperation, Ambrosio clings to hope, the last remnant of his shattered faith. He accepts the offer, believing that he can outwit fate. But there is no bargaining with the darkness. For the first time, Ambrosio sees clearly. He sees the truth in its full, horrifying form. Antonia, the innocent girl he defiled and murdered, was his own sister, bound to him by blood, the very blood he spilled. And Matilda, the woman who ignited his desires, who whispered sins into his ear, who led him away from God, she was never mortal. She was never meant to love him. She was a demon, sent to unravel his soul from the moment their paths crossed. Every moment, every sin, every fall, it was all by design. And he was too blind, too proud to see it. The devil keeps his promise. Ambrosio is free, but not from suffering. He is free from the lies he told himself, free from the illusions of righteousness, free from the fleeting world of the living. But his soul, his very essence, belongs to the abyss now. He has lost everything, his faith, his humanity, his name. What remains is only agony, stretching beyond the confines of time itself. His story is over, but his torment has only begun. The Monk is more than just a horror story. It is a cautionary tale of ambition, temptation, and the consequences of unchecked desire. Matthew Lewis wrote it at just 19 years old, and to this day it remains one of the most shocking and disturbing works in Gothic literature. It reminds us that even the holiest of men can fall, and that sometimes the true horror lies not in demons, but in ourselves. Thank you for joining me on this journey into one of literature's most iconic Gothic tales. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more literary adventures. Till then, stay curious and stay brave.